What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend, but we are back on NBA 2K24 here, continuing with these rebuilds, as today we're going to be doing the New York Knicks. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We're also on the road now to 50,000 subs, and YouTube tells me about 60% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subs. So if you do fall into that 60%, want to change that, want to help us reach the goal of 50k as soon as possible, that'd be great. Other than that, as I told you guys, we're rebuilding the Knicks today. So obviously the biggest story here is Jalen Brunson was an absolute stud last year. They signed him out of free agency. That was like the one significant free agent that moved teams last offseason, and Brunson was everything the Knicks dreamed of. They've been searching for a point guard for years, and he has become the answer. The main thing that the Knicks did this offseason was acquire, of course, Donte DiVincenzo, a Villanova boy, alongside Josh Hart and also Jalen Brunson. We're only missing one guy, and you know who it is. He's on the Nets. I don't think I'll do that today because I have done that in the past, but I could foresee it happening, man. I could see a world where Mikal is traded to the Knicks, although I don't know if the Nets would want to send them to their state rival or whatever. Regardless, let's go ahead and take a look at our rotation for this season. So they want to start quickly, which I don't think the Knicks would do that. I think I like quickly in more of a six-man role. So we have Miles McBride. Yeah, so what we're going to do is actually move quickly to backup point guard right now. So he's going to go to backup point guard. And then we'll have, obviously DiVincenzo play a big role. So it'll be Brunson. Grimes is going to start the two. RJ Barrett, Julius Randle Robinson, Josh Hart, Emmanuel Quickly, Isaiah Hartenstein, and then Donte DiVincenzo. Honestly, a very, very solid rotation. A very solid one. So I don't know if I'll do anything in year number one. Obviously, we do have Evan Fournier's expiring contract. I believe that is a team option in the offseason. So technically, I could wait it out to the offseason and accept that and then try to use that for a big trade using $19 million. I don't know who I'm targeting. Obviously, the Knicks might be waiting for Joel Embiid to become available. Obviously, there was dreams about Giannis, but that might have died now that Dame is over there. But I guess we'll see. Anything is still possible, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and move this system to balance. Other than that, we're going to simulate year number one. I don't think there's any young rookies I'm looking to get in the G League. Yeah, there's really none of that. So I think we're good. I think I'm just going to simulate year number one. I'm just going to change Tom Thibodeau to a balanced system. And I'll see you guys either at the deadline if I do trade Fournier. But if not, I'll see you on the offseason, because I feel like this first year could be really good, because honestly, this Knicks rotation is really, really solid. So yeah, I expect a playoff berth this year for sure. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props app that's available on mobile or desktop, and with basketball right around the corner, we're in the midst of the preseason now. There's no better time than to sign up for Prize Picks. It imbues your gaming and our watching experience just tenfold. Basically how it works, and I will tell you right now, they pretty much have almost every sport you can imagine. They have hockey, they have esports, they have obviously NBA season props right now as well if you wanted to go bet on some season props. And they got NFL, of course, baseball, literally got a bunch of different things. But basically how it works is you choose between 2 to 6 players, 2 players being 3 times your money, all the way up to 6 players being 25 times your money. And all you do is pick the stat that they show you, and you go over or under on the stat. You don't have to play anybody else. It's you against the projections. It's that simple. If they had some actually NBA, preseason props, I would show you. But right now, they have these seasons props up that if you think Anthony Davis is going to average 25.5 points per game, choose the over. If you think it's going to be less than that, choose the under. It's that simple. Basically, it's you against the numbers. That's all it is. So if you want to go ahead and sign up for Prize Picks, like I said, it's a great time right now with the NBA season coming around the corner. I have a link down in the description below. Use code Crushables and match your deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. The tool I've been using on the NFL season so far is DGF's Fantasy Optimizer and also their correlation tool. Basically, they do the math for you. You don't even really have to think about anything. You don't even have to watch the sport. They put all the props in front of you, and they basically tell you what's profitable long term. So they're saying right now, I don't even, this is on CSGO. They got over 31.5. They say that has a over 55% chance to hit. But sometimes you'll get some on here that are 60 and above. Sometimes I've even seen 70% or above. And then one thing I actually really love using is a correlation tool. Correlation has been a lot of fun to use. Basically, you put in a slip that's just really correlated and profitable. And I've had some really good ones on here. So if you want to sign up for DGF's Fantasy Tool, that is also down in the link in the description below. So go ahead and use my code over there as well. Other than that, though, thank you to Prize Picks and DGF for sponsoring this video. So we're starting the trade deadline as we are 30-21 on the season right now. Things are actually going decently well, but I honestly feel like we should take advantage of this Pistons pick while we can, because it's 2.5-star value. Obviously, it's not as great as I thought it was going to be, but 2.5-star value is still really, really solid. And Dallas's pick might actually be really valuable as well. So we have two pretty valuable picks right now that I think we could use at our disposal to make a big trade, which is why we're here. The main guy I'm kind of looking at here, obviously there's been some rumors about him in the past going to New York Knicks, and those rumors are still kind of alive. Obviously, I could wait, we could go get Luka Doncic right now, which would be kind of crazy, but I don't think I'm going to go that route. But, obviously one guy that's been kind of talked about, OG Anunoby is one guy as well. I could definitely see a world where Toronto is willing to trade OG at the trade deadline. We do know that Ujiri is pretty crazy, though, when it comes to what he's asking for in return, so I don't think I'm going to go that route. The guy I'm actually looking at, you guys probably know who I'm talking about. Obviously, I could wait for like maybe Embiid to become available eventually, which I still think is possible, and the Knicks could pounce on that. But in this video, he most likely will not ever become available in the simulation, or, it might be too late. So the guy I'm looking at is Donovan Mitchell. Now, the Cavaliers are only buying, but there is some rumors still out there about the idea of Mitchell not wanting to stay in Cleveland, not going to resign there. And obviously, his heart is set to be in like New York or whatever it may be. So if we could get Donovan Mitchell here, that would be a dream scenario, right? So I'm going to try to do that while we have some valuable picks. I think that's kind of why I've stopped the deadline. If this doesn't work, it doesn't work. But at least we got to give it a shot, right? So Donovan Mitchell, and I want to throw, obviously, both these picks in here because they're going to be pretty valuable for the Cavaliers. And then I'm either going to have to throw RJ Barrett or a combination of some other contracts. But RJ right now, what is he doing on the season? He is averaging 20 points per game. He's actually having a pretty solid season for the most part. But I think if you can get Donovan Mitchell with Brunson and Randall, you do it. Randall's having a great season, so I'm not going to trade him. And then Brunson averaging 22. So yeah, I think you do this like every time you can. So I'm going to go ahead and be willing to throw Mr. RJ Barrett in there, and then I will give you whatever I have to, like Fournier. Okay, I can include Fournier, but they have to give me some back. So like Georges Niang. So let's say it's RJ Barrett, Evan Fournier, and these two picks, and obviously we throw whatever picks we can also throw in here that are valuable to you. I don't know if they're going to say yes to this. They're only buying at the moment, so they may say no to this. They're going to disagree, so that's fine. But I wanted to give it a shot at least. I don't think Isaiah Hartenstein is like changing the needle for them. So yeah, Donovan Mitchell would have been like really cool to get here at the deadline. We still could go get OG Anunoby if we don't think that Mitchell dream is ever going to happen. Because obviously we're not getting either of these picks if we do wait it out, which I'll wait it out. I could trade for OG and settle on that, but I'm gonna wait it out. I'm going to keep the dream alive about Donovan Mitchell. I'll see what happens in the offseason, but let's just keep simulating. We tried, didn't work, at least not yet. So at the end of year one, Jokic wins MVP, Vic is your rookie of the year, Chris Paul wins sixth man, Claxton defensive player, and Paul Reed most improved, and Kevin Durant clutch player, and Nick Nurse is your coach of the year, where Jameson is your executive. So you have Jokic, Giannis, Luka, John Morant, LeBron. Here's your NBA second team with Trey, Embiid, Harden, Steph, and Tatum. And here's your NBA third team. We do get Randall making it, which is really cool to see there at the very end. So Randall has been pretty solid. So there's no really, reason for me to move on from him at this moment. While Chris Murray makes an all-rookie second team. So that's pretty cool to see as a Blazers fan. But we are the second seed in the Eastern Conference. So things went very, very well. The Cavaliers, on the other hand, I assume they're maybe in the play-in. And they are. So there's a 7th seed in the play-in spot. So we may run into them in the first round. That's definitely possible. We'll see, though. So 27 points from Randall, 22 from Brunson, and 21 from RJ. Quickly is hurt, but he's out 1 to 2 weeks. So hopefully get him back as soon as possible. Then Josh Hart, Grimes, Mitch Robinson with 7 and 11 and 3 blocks. So Mitch Robinson, really solid, and then 6, and then 5 from Isaiah Hartenstein. So here goes nothing. We do, in fact, run into the Cavaliers. Obviously, I tried to get Donovan Mitchell from them at the trade deadline. They did not budge. They decided to keep him. So here goes nothing. Similarly, current round against the Cavaliers, which, by the way, did I show the full player stats? I may have. I just didn't. I don't know. Let me just double check. So 27, 22. I literally just looked at this. What am I talking about, bro? I'm over here tripping. All right, somebody, game 3. We lose. Game 4, 3-1. So far, this does not look good for us, and we are going to, win game 5. So I guess we're not done just yet. We're going to a game 6. Quickly is almost back, so if we can get him back fairly quickly here, no pun intended, and then have a game 7 with him on the floor, that would be pretty cool. And we do, in fact, force a game 7. So Quickly is playing now, which is great. So let's see if that's going to make any difference. So huge game 7 here, fully healed now. Can we come out here and beat the Cavs and go to the second round here, which would be huge? Let's see if we can do just that. It's not looking good at the moment, and it looks like we are gonna fall short to the Cavaliers. So they get their revenge. Obviously, these two teams matched up last year. Knicks handled them pretty easily, but unfortunately for us, we lose them in round 1. So not great. And the Miami Heat do beat them, and then you got the 76ers beating the Heat, and then Grizzlies 76ers. 76ers going to win a championship. So it's time for this draft lottery. I don't know where the Mavericks end up in this situation. So they're projected pick number 9. So obviously we're not getting either the Mavericks pick or the Knicks or the Pistons pick unless if these picks fall out of the lottery, which I don't, or sorry, not the Knicks, obviously, or the Pistons pick is going to fall out unless if Dallas falls out of the top 10, which is possible, but I don't know. So it is going to stay in the top 10 for them. So we don't get either one of those picks, unfortunately. Detroit, in fact, gets number 3. We do have our own at 25, but we'll see. We're still going to try the idea of going for Donovan Mitchell again. We'll see if we can make it happen. I'll try before draft night. I'll try after draft night. I'm going to give it my best effort to get Donovan Mitchell on this team because I think there is a great chance that he does end up in New York eventually. I think the Knicks have some asset that they can offer the Cavaliers that maybe they'd be fine with doing it, especially giving them like a guy like RJ who could somewhat replace what Mitchell was for them. Obviously not fully, but so let's try for this again. So before draft night, we're going to try for Donovan Mitchell again. Let me see if I can do it. I don't know if I'll be able to, but we're still going to give it a shot. So RJ Barrett in the trade. We're going to go talk to the Cavaliers again about Mitchell. So obviously we don't even have to throw any other contract in here. But if I have to throw Quentin Grimes in here, I'm fine with it because obviously we have like DiVincenzo if need be. So RJ Barrett, Quentin Grimes, this Pistons pick, this Mavericks pick, and then I don't know if 25 is going to really do anything for them. So that's 3 2025 picks, which is kind of crazy. That gives them, 3 chances at Cooper Flag. I don't know if that's going to happen for them, but if we get Donovan Mitchell, we're going for it in this situation. So RJ, Quentin Grimes. Let me try to just do 3 first in 2025. They're not going to agree to it. I'll throw the last one in there, and we'll see what they say to it. They're probably still going to say no, I assume. They're still not budging on Donovan Mitchell, unfortunately. So it was worth a shot. I don't know if there's anything else I can throw in here to convince them. I'm not going to throw Robinson in. Josh Hart not throwing in. I guess I can throw DiVincenzo in there. I'll do it just to see, and it's probably not going to change much. I'll give you 25. That's going to do nothing for them, and I'll give you 2026. What do you say? They disagree. Okay, so we're not getting Donovan Mitchell. Not yet. I said I'll try again after the draft, but we're going to keep trying. So let's see. At number 25, we got Trayvon Braziel here. Probably said that name completely wrong, but regardless, welcome to the Knicks, my friend, at Arkansas. So we'll have him. We'll also sign Zachary Satcher and Mark Mitchell. Why not? Player options, Jericho Sims, Evan Fournier. I think I can go ahead and decline that contract. I don't think I'll be bringing Evan Fournier back. Obviously, I could use that to make a trade if I wanted to pivot to somebody else, but I don't think I want to. I think I'm still going to try to, dream about Donovan Mitchell quickly. Miles McBride. So I do want to resign Emmanuel quickly, of course. And then is there anybody else? So Miles McBride, probably kind of an important piece to bring back. And then backup 5, Isaiah Hartenstein. I would love to have him back as well. So I'm going to go Isaiah Hartenstein. I'm going to resign Emmanuel quickly to a nice 4-year deal. And we'll have those 2 bench pieces back because our bench is really good, which is something I wanted to keep together. And then we'll sign, whatever else we can. So we have like Joe Harris, former Knick Reggie Bullock. We have centers, so I'm cool on that. And we have like Gary Harris as an option, or like Grayson Allen down here. So, you know what? I'm going to sign like Grayson Allen to be a 2 guard here for us because I'm going to go revisit the Cavaliers one more time on the idea of, getting Donovan Mitchell here in New York. One last attempt at this before this offseason is over. I'm going to throw Quentin Grimes in here. I'm also going to throw my first round pick who I just drafted. And then I'll throw, do these guys have any trade value to the Knicks, or to the Cavs, sorry. And then I will also throw you a first round pick, Detroit, which is 2.5 stars now. So what do you say about Donovan Mitchell? I'll remove this. I'll also I'll put in this Mavericks pick. What do you say? Donovan Mitchell, not a Knick yet. I will also throw you Jericho Sims. What does that do for you? Nothing. Okay, fair enough. I'll throw Isaiah Hartenstein in there. We're not getting Mitchell. So Donovan Mitchell is not going to be a Knick. It's just not happening. The Cavaliers are not going to, budge on this. So I wanted to try as much as I could, but unfortunately, it's not happening just yet. Do we have to pivot to another superstar? Like, is that what we need to do? Like, we just give up on the Donovan Mitchell dream and go somewhere else? We don't have to, because I still want to capitalize on some of the value that I have right now. Not gonna lie, this one isn't going to feel as great as getting Donovan Mitchell, but getting Zach LaVine would not be the worst thing in the world. There has been some rumors about LaVine in the past as well. Obviously, this isn't the dream Joel Embiid trade by any means, but Zach LaVine is still really, really solid. So I'm going to go for Zach LaVine. Now, I want to try to do the... Actually, I'm okay with trading RJ Barrett in this situation. We get Zach LaVine for RJ Barrett in like a swap. I think this, gives the Bulls a little bit of appeal to do this trade. But obviously, I don't want to throw anybody too crazy in here. So if I could throw like Brazil in here, we're going to be like $7 million off, I think. Hardenstein, Grayson Allen, or do we have to include Quentin Grimes 4.3? I think I'm okay with it. Mark Mitchell. So RJ Barrett, Quentin Grimes, Mark Mitchell. We get Zach LaVine in New York. I think I'm okay with this. I think LaVine would give us a elevated level at that 2-guard spot we've been looking for. What do you say? We get Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, we don't have to give up any draft picks as well. Zach LaVine comes over to the Knicks. He's going to elevate us to where we want to be, I feel like, in my opinion. This is the kind of trade we were looking for. So Zach LaVine paired next to Jalen Brunson, which I absolutely love. Obviously, I wanted Donovan Mitchell. Did not work out, unfortunately, for us. But I guess that means we definitely need a new starting small forward, which is something I overlooked. But it's fine. So I'm going to sign Justin Holiday to be a backup 3 this year, and then we'll figure out the rest later. So we're good. I think I still feel good about having Zach LaVine on the team. So LaVine does not feel as great as obviously Donovan Mitchell, and I may have given up on the dream too early. But as far as RJ Barrett is concerned, how much did he go up? Because I may have, RJ Barrett might have been, he stayed at 82. So yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. So LaVine does go down, but that's fine. I guess we could theoretically play him at the 3. You know what? We're going to play him at the 3. He was at the 3. He stays at, he's at 86 overall at the 3. So we'll keep him at the 3, like we did. And then I'll fix the secondary position to the 2. So we'll do that. And then we should be golden, because now we have a big 3 of LaVine, RJ, or sorry, not RJ anymore. And then, Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. I feel really good about that. I think LaVine is going to elevate us, hopefully, anyway, because that's kind of the trade we're looking for. And we still have draft picks. We still have those draft picks as well, if need be. So we should be set. We should be set at the trade deadline, potentially. If we did want to make like another big move, we definitely could if we wanted to. So let's go take a look at this rotation now that we did what we did. So here is your rotation going into next season. Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Zach LaVine, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, Amanda Quickly, Josh Hart, Isaiah Hardenstein, and then Grayson Allen. So really solid rotation in my mind still. We'll see how things go. Proficiency is going to be a 3.5. Balance. And by the way, didn't LaVine get coached by Tom Thibodeau for a little bit? Or like, did they trade him right before? I think they traded him like right when Tom Thibodeau got there. So I don't know if he ever coached LaVine. Regardless, I will see you guys most likely at the deadline. If not, I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. So at the end of year number 2, we finish up as a 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. So things went fairly well, which is why we decided not to stop at the deadline. We had 28 from Julius Randle, 27 from Zach LaVine, 22 from Jalen Brunson, 14.5 from Manu Quickly, and then 8 from Hart, 8 from DiVincenzo, and then 6 and 11 from Mitch Robinson with 2 blocks, and then 5 from Grayson Allen, 5 and 5. So things went fairly well. Obviously, we have Randle, who is a free agent this offseason, or actually has a player option, which he may decline. And then Brunson, I think, has a player option as well. So we definitely have some big re-signings this offseason, but let's go ahead and see how these playoffs go for us. So Detroit ends up getting the number 1, or ends up being the 1st seed in the East. So that pick is like nowhere near valuable. And then Dallas, on the other hand, is going to be in the lottery again. Unfortunately, though, I believe their pick is top 10 protected again in 2025. So we may not get that pick again, which really sucks, but it is what it is. So again, we played the Hawks in round 1, so let's go ahead and see how this goes. I'm hoping to get out of round 1 this year. Obviously, we fell short last year to the Cavs in a very tough series. But let's see if we beat the Hawks. Obviously, these two teams matched up 2 years ago, and Trae Young obviously silenced the crowd. Hopefully, he gets revenge here. Somebody Kurt round. LaVine gets hurt. We're down 2-1. Not a great start. Down 3-1. Okay. Not great. Does not feel very great. Down 3-1 to the Atlanta Hawks. Can we come back from a 3-1 deficit and make things interesting here? Or are we about to go home in round 1 again? Because if we are, we're going home in round 1 again. So that's great. All right. Well, LaVine, 46 points and was really good, but things did not pan out at all. So we get eliminated in round 1 again, a 2nd year in a row. But you have the Celtics and the Nuggets in the finals, as you're going to have the Nuggets beat the Celtics in 6. So This offseason is huge as LeBron James retires a Piston, which is interesting. But lottery time. So obviously Dallas's pick is top 10 protected again. It is projected to be in the top 3, which really, really sucks. So obviously we could have the number 1 pick right now. We could draft Cooper Flag, but unfortunately in real life, that Dallas pick is top 10 protected. So Cooper Flag is headed back to the Mavericks. And I believe this turns into a 2nd round pick for the Knicks now, if I'm not mistaken. So really, really unfortunate. Really, really sucks. We do get 29 via Detroit, so that's cool, I guess. But yeah, having the number 1 pick right now would be pretty nice, not gonna lie. But I think with what's been happening, I mean, we gotta fire Tom Thibodeau, right? I think we gotta hold someone accountable, and it's definitely not me, right? So we're gonna fire Tom Thibodeau. So I can get like Frank Vogel, Billy Donovan, or like Darvin Ham. So I'm gonna go for Mr. Darvin Ham to be our head coach in New York. So he'll be our new head coach, has a lot of good badges, good ratings. So we bring him in to replace Mr. Tom Thibodeau, and we'll see how that goes. And then we're going to fill this out. So I'm going to go with my pick, or I'm going to go give that pick back to the Mavericks. Unfortunately, we don't get the number 1 overall pick, but we're still going to go, give the pick back. So of course I gave the Mavericks their pick back, but it costed them Luka Doncic. Just kidding. Obviously I just, took the last pick they could send, but we have 25-29. So we have 2 first-round picks in this draft. Honestly, at this point, I'm looking to get bench pieces. I think I'm ready to, keep going for it. I don't want to add 2 rookies to this team. I'm over that. So we have Hardenstein and we have Grayson Allen as guys that we could maybe throw in a trade that gives us about $8 million. So I'm throwing Hardenstein, Grayson Allen, and 25 in a trade, and I'm seeing what that could net me in the trade finder. So Paul Reed, Eubanks, Slow-Mo, okay, Jordan Walsh, Russell Westbrook, $28 million. Wow, that is pretty crazy. PJ Washington and Rozier. How do we have this much money? I'm not trying to go for that, anything crazy. Roy Hachimura would be cool. Gabe Vincent, would not mind that. We do have Quickly, though. Dylan Brooks, Nasir Little, and then Yusuf Nurkic, Pokusevski, and a first-round pick. None of these really are... I don't like any of these trades. So let me go try to make my own. Let me get Monte Morris, hopefully from the Orlando Magic. Only 2.5-star trade value. Shouldn't cost us a ton. I'm willing to throw Grayson Allen at them and 25. I just want Monte Morris as a backup guard. They're going to say no to that first offer. I'm willing to throw like seconds, but I'm not going to like go too crazy over the top to get Monte Morris. They agree. So Monte Morris is going to be our brand new backup point guard, what that means is we can move quickly to the 2. So he's only 6'2". But that gives him a full-time... Actually, might have him start. He might even start, to be honest with you. So, we're going to have Quickly play the 2 spot this year. So, it'll be, Jalen Brunson, Monte Morris is our point guard rotation with Quickly and DiVincenzo. And then Levine, Josh Hart still, which is great. And then Randall, and then Javonte Green, and then Hardenstein, Mitchell Robinson. So, we'll figure that out, though. I have the 29th pick, so let's jump in and see if we can get at number 29. If there's anything of value to us. Doubt it, but, we'll take a look. Gary Adkins, welcome to the team, my friend. Don't know much about you, out of Illinois State. Welcome to the squad. He is going to be a 63 overall. Do I sign him to a contract? I don't think so. Just pretend I didn't have a pick at all. Zachary Satcher. So we have Randall and Brunson both declining. Both of them, both averaged really good, statistics. So I think we have to re-sign both of them. We'll accept Zachary Satcher as well. Miles McBride, we'll go and extend the qualifying offer on. Or we could go ahead and skip one of them and go for Donovan Mitchell, which I doubt I can get Donovan Mitchell and then one of them. I think I have to re-sign both of them. So I think we do re-sign both of them. So that's kind of a no-brainer in my opinion. So Brunson, welcome back. We're going to sign you back. Hopefully you do accept. Where's number 1 offer? And then Randall. I don't know if the Knicks should give Randall another like 5-year deal, but I do want him back. I'll give him like a 2-year. I think a 2-year deal is like a lot better. I'm cool with giving Brunson a 5-year deal, but Randall, on the other hand, that would worry me a little bit because obviously there's been some times where he's been a little inconsistent. He'll have his great years and then he'll have his down years. But we get Caruso, Marshall, Kenrich Williams. So there's definitely another good player we can get. So we have Morris, DiVincenzo Quickly. We have Zach LaVine, Josh Hart. We have Randall. We have Robinson and Hartenstein. I think we definitely go for a 4. And I'm seeing like Kenrich Williams or Boucher. And I think I want Boucher. So I'm going to get Chris Boucher to be our brand new 4. And then... I think that's all we can do. I can sign Jericho Sims back as well, which I'll do as well. So, and then Miles McBride. I'll sign him. Why not? Miles McBride. That gives us some maybe tradable contracts at the deadline that we could flip. So, yeah, that feels pretty good. I feel all right with that. So, let's go to player progression. Let's see what we got going on here. So, player progression, we have, like Levine down 1, which is fine. Quickly up to an 81. Hartenstein up to a 78, and then Chris Boucher, Jericho Sims, and then Zachary Satcher. So I think we actually have a few assets. I kind of want to make one last attempt at a big trade. If not, I'll just show you guys rotation. I'm going to load the draft class, but I'm also going to go ahead and scan the market to see if there's anybody that I can trade for. Like, let's just go for one last desperate attempt to make like a big move here, because we're trying to, be a contender next year. Obviously, we've been eliminated in the first round twice. That's not the one move that I'm looking at here. Is maybe getting Jarrett Allen. There's really no reason to do this. These guys are pretty similar, but you just look at the overall upgrade basically is kind of what I'm looking at here. So we could trade Robinson, McBride, and Zachary Satcher, and maybe get Jarrett Allen on the team. Both of them are an expiring contract anyway. We just get an 87 overall instead of an 83 overall. It's that simple, basically. So let's see what they say to this. They say no. They think they're a contender. I'll offer my unprotected pick. They're going to disagree. If they're going to like say no to like 2 seconds added onto this, then I'm not throwing another first, but I'll throw you like another second. And they say yes. Okay, so that was fine with me. Through 1 first, we get Jarrett Allen. So Jarrett Allen is now a Knick. Does that change our outlook on next season? I have no idea, but I'm trying to, compete. I'm trying to contend. So we're, pulling out all the stops here. So bench utilization, I'm pushing this down to like a 50, and then I'm going 9 rotation. So Brunson quickly is starting this year. I'm fine with it. Levine, Randall, Jarrett Allen now, Josh Hart, Monty Morris, Isaiah Hartenstein, DiVincenzo, and then Chris Boucher when guys get hurt, foul out, or whatever we need. So proficiency, it's 4-star under Darvin Ham. So with Jarrett Allen coming into town, we've traded for Zach LaVine at this point, giving quickly a starting shooting guard role. What happens this season? We've been really good in the regular season, but we've been eliminated twice in the first round. Darvin Ham, I'm counting on you to hopefully change our outlook here. So final season here, and one thing I've never seen before is Evan Mobley winning MVP, which I think is really cool. Obviously, we gave we took Jarrett Allen from them, so I don't know if that had like a big deal or had something to do with it, but 20 and 15 with 2 blocks, really solid season from Evan Mobley. So really solid, like I said, solid season from him. Clutch player goes to Donovan Mitchell. But here's your NBA first team. I don't know if we have any Knicks still here. Does Randall still make one? No. So here is our last chance, in my opinion. I think this is our last little run here, as we're the 2nd seed in the East again. So regular season success was once again there, as Jarrett Allen was just a little bit better than Mitch Robinson. Obviously had more of an impact on the offensive end, but still gave us that defense we're looking for. So 11.5 from quickly, 9 from Josh Hart, 8.5 from Morris, and then 20, 23, and 25. So here goes nothing. Obviously, let's get out round 1. If nothing else, get out round 1. That's all I'm asking for. So we get the Philadelphia 76ers round 1. So they have Trey Jones, Maxey, Harris, Paul Reed, Joel Embiid, Okogie, Mo Bamba, Mikey Williams. I'm pretty nervous about playing Joel Embiid, not gonna lie. Game 1, down 1-0. Game 2, we even it up though, 127 to 116. 35 for Maxey. Game 3, this is huge, and we're gonna go down 3-1, aren't we? No, we even it up. All right, huge game 5. Huge game 5. Please do not lose it. Let's win this game 5, and let's get on round 1. Can I get on round 1, please? Okay. This game is somewhat close. Can we take it at the end here? There we go. There we go. Run it. Boom. Just like that. We take it at the very end. Brunson with 45. Game 6. I'm feeling the momentum. Win it. Let's go, baby. We're on the second round. W. Got out of the second round. Or out of the first round. Now we get to play the Pacers in round 2. So, Indiana, they got Halliburton, Mathurin, Heald, Deni Avdija, Adam, Miles Turner, Jarris Walker, Isaiah Jackson, Nembhard, Bruce Brown, and Isaiah. So, pretty solid team in Indiana. I'm not intimidated by it by any means, but it's solid. It's very solid. I won't lie. So, here goes nothing. 7-game series against the Pacers. Game 1, 1-0 start. Game 2, they even it up. Game 3, do not go down 3-1. Okay, even it up. Another huge game 5 in Madison Square Garden. Let's do it. Let's do it for these Knicks fans, man. They've been through enough. Come on, baby. Let's do it. And we are going to come out here and win this one. Let's go. Do I do it again to them? Julius Randle out for the season. But we do beat them. Beat them in 6. We're on to the East Conference Finals. Is Randle out for the season? Or, yeah, he's out for the season. He's out for the season. So, that's tough. We lost Randle for the rest of the season. So, that really sucks. Boucher is going to step up as that starting 4. He averaged 13 and shot 75% from 3 in the one game he played, most likely. So I guess we'll take that. But now we get the Raptors. So the Raptors, they have Fultz, OG, Barnes, Siakam, Jakob Poeltl, Cole Anthony, Grady Dick, Christian Loco, Christopher, and Trey Johnson. It's a solid team in Toronto. I think they're beatable, but you never know. Let's see what happens. Game 1. 1-0 start, 116-97, 23 from Levine, 18 from Siakam. Game 2, 2-0. So far, so good. Love it. All right, keep it up. Levine and quickly absolutely go off there. Game 3, big time. Bro, do we not have a? We don't have a power forward. 3-0, but we still got 3-0. Did we beat them in 4? Who's starting at the 4 right now? I'm actually curious. So Hardenstein is starting at the 4. That is so down bad. Holy moly! 2 injuries absolutely kill our momentum. Do we blow a 3-0 lead? No, we don't. Okay, so we do beat them in 5. We get to these cards or to the NBA Finals. Now we run to the Warriors. So Jarrett Allen wins Finals MVP. Is there a way I can, because I can't play Levine at the 4, right? I have to throw Hardenstein has to play there. We're gonna have to go like, or you could go like super small, but yeah, this team is down bad without Randall or Boucher. That is a misstep. We lost both our power forwards, and Sims is playing a pivotal role here as well. I'm gonna go 8-man rotation. I'm gonna shrink the rotation a little bit here, just because we're down bad as it is. We'll just hope for the best, man. That's all we can really do. So the Golden State Warriors: Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Kuminga, Capella, Garuba, Draymond Green, Moses Moody, Trey Mann, and Brandon Podziemski. So game 1, 1-0 start to the Warriors. I think we lose here. I'm just saying. Game 2, down 2-0. Game 3, down 3-0. And game 4, Hardenstein out for the season again. I have to see who would start at the 4 for this team. Okay, he's actually gonna be able to play through it. So, but we get swept, right? Yeah, we do. So unfortunately, at the end of the video, we're getting swept. Made it to the finals, but fell short. That sucks, man. Randall, and I wonder how different it would have been if we had Boucher. Or, I mean, just Randall. Obviously, we'd want Randall the most. I wonder how different it would have been. 25 and 40% shooting from 3 in the playoffs, man. That sucks. But regardless, that's why we have injuries on. There is a factor of injuries that, take things, definitely south sometimes. So that's kind of what happened today. It adds a little adversity. But hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.